Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing my first ever save and play video. So this will be a new series on my channel where I complete my save and play savings challenge collection. So this is sold in my shop. I'm actually sold out of these, but I will be restocking as soon as possible. I do have some of these savings games in here sold separately in my shop, and it is on vacation mode right now because I am going on vacation, but once I'm back, they'll be readily available. So let's just jump right into it. So roll the dice is the first game, and then I have here on my cash planning sheet on the side how much I rolled last week, so I'll just go ahead and fill that in. So for roll the dice, it was $10. I don't remember the exact numbers, so I'm just gonna make it up. So let's do this 5, and then we'll do this 3 and this 2. Okay, awesome. So I do have a sticky note over here, and I will say the last sticky notes that I used, they left like a residue on my challenges, so I just have to wipe that off, but I am super annoyed at that, can't lie. So I'm just going to use these regular schmegular sticky notes over here. And for roll the dice, the first thing you want to do, or this is how I like to play it, is the first roll determines how many rolls that you're going to have after. So 2, I kind of want a higher number. 3, okay, I could do 3 rolls. So 3 rolls, let's see what the numbers are. 2, 6, and 3. So I'm just gonna try to keep this all on one sticky note to make my life a whole lot easier. So 2 plus 6 plus 3 is 8, 9, 10, 11. Yay, so next week we're gonna be stuffing $11 in our Roll the Dice challenge. All right, so let's go to spin and save next. So right over here, let me just quickly fill in what I did last week. So last week on spin and save, I did a 20 and a 5. I remember that. So I'm gonna actually fill in, instead of just a 25, I'll just do a 5 and a 20. I don't really know how I want to fill this in. I guess I'll just do it kind of like roll the dice. Like that. Okay, so 20 and a 5. All right, so let's go ahead and spin and see what we get. 2x next. So if I roll a number next, I'm going to times it by 2, and that'll be what I stuff. So let me just flip this like that so it's easier to flick. Okay, so that's in the middle. So I'm going to choose 20 and I'm going to times it by 2, so that's $40. So for next week, I'm going to do $40 for spin and save. Perfect. Okay, so next is Frosted Funds, and Frosted Funds I did $20. So I'm just going to put that back here in its designated envelope. And that's all that it has. So Frosted Funds is like, if you land on a specific color, it's going to be a specific amount that you save. So I started over here. I'm going to roll the dice and see how many spots I'm going to move from my last spot. So 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's that like turquoise color. Let me quickly mark that down. And let's see how much that is. That's $5. So $5 for Frosted Funds, not bad, not bad. We still have a few more games to go. So next for Lucky Roll Bingo, right over here, we have $30 that we did last time. So we are just gonna keep that here. All right, so I rolled for B last time, so now I'm gonna roll for I, and I'm just gonna actually mark this down as my I roll, because for Lucky Roll Bingo, you can either roll 5 times each time you cash stuff, and that would be for BINGO, or you could do it 1 row per week or whenever you cash stuff, however frequent that is. So I wanna see how much I roll, and then I might actually do a second roll. So 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4, that's $25. So let's mark that down. So I 25. Let's do N. Oh, goodness gracious. Hold on. All right, let's roll for N. 3. 1, 2, 3, that's free space. Roll one more time. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. $5. Definitely doable, but we are not close to bingo yet. Potential bingo, actually, for G and O. We'll see. So I and then N was $5. And then next time I roll, I'll roll for G. Okay, pack it or spend it. Let me get my scratcher. Okay, last time I scratched off 18, so let's just, oopsie, let's do this real quick. So 10, 15, 16, 17, and 18. And then the next one I want to do is over here. So that's $5. Let's see if I can do one more. Ooh, 30. Okay, so it'll be 35 for next week. Let me clean this off. All right, so 35 for next week. Let me quickly write that down. All right, and then let's move on to checkmate. Now let me quickly take my calculator and see where I'm at so far with the money that I'm stuffing for next week. So we got 11 plus 40 plus 5, 25, 5, and 35. Okay, so I'm at 121. So I think what I want to do here, let's see. You know what? Let's just do a 30. Let's just do that next 30. So right down here, 30, check. So plus 30 equals 151. All right, so 151 for next week, we're set. Last week we did 25, so that's that last 20 and 5. And yay, our first round of this book is completed. And that was pretty nice, sweet, and simple. We're all set for next week. So thank you so much for joining me on this nice little sweet short video. I do look forward to doing this in future weeks. So definitely stay tuned for that. Subscribe to the channel if you're not, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.